Hello and welcome to another video from Keobastein. Let's make this a quick one. So, had an opportunity to play Murder Fight in the tournament and managed to get 7th place. While somewhat disappointment, I still managed to perform somewhat well. I do think this is a good reflection of my skill set as a player. While I may definitely have my gripes about, well, a counter command not working as a counter command, my opponent still knew how to adapt to what I wanted to do for my game plan and succeeded in, well, knocking me down to losers, and then whoever was loser knocking me out of the tournament. So, that still happened. Actually, kudos to Rave Kun, showing that they know their stuff with the game and have been performing really well. And also, Cordu, I do not know how to pronounce your name, I do apologize. Cordu for coming out and, well, putting in the work. They also got knocked into losers as well right after their first bracket. Same thing with me. We both got knocked into losers bracket, but they came all the way from loser brackets to get to grand finals. So really impressive stuff. Good things to Cordu, and good kudos to everyone who participated in the Murder Fight tournament. So, yeah, kudos to that. Aki's been revealed in Street Fighter 6, and while, I mean, she's aesthetically pleasing, I guess, to be fair, I feel most female, no, she's not saying female. I am not a hard person to please when it comes to aesthetically pleasing, if anything. If it walks and talks and somewhat feminine, you get my attention. Even the femboys. I see Rosado from Fire Emblem. You got my attention. So yes, that's so that's a thing. Aki is this, and she has some of the gremlin energy of being, let's say, psychopathic yandere, which I can admit I do have a thing for yandere in the I guess anime trope or sphere, whatever they want to call that. I do everything for the yandere, and she definitely leans into that. I was hoping for her to be at least a little bit more goofy like Fong, but at best, all we really have is her maybe doing her flapping animation from her level 1 where she acts somewhat like a bird or something to that effect, but not enough goofball energy that I would have loved. But that could probably still be shown in her interactions with people or her story mode and whatnot, because that's what people made people fall harder in love with Cammy, with her, well, with her world tour mode interactions with you as a master and disciple and whatnot. So maybe I can still get that goofball energy there that way, just which was in gameplay also. And speaking of gameplay, I do at least like how she's shown to be not the status quo of, hey, here's a pressure, here's a mess up, here's combo. They seem like they did show off some utility of her stance of how, like, going over attacks, low profiling and whatnot. Something that is reminiscent to Fonk and his coward stance. So I think I could definitely maybe get behind that. She's shown to be somewhat of a character who has some methodical potential and not just system one, make something happen and take advantage of that. So we'll see. Aki at least has me looking at Street Fighter 6 with curiousness, not excitement, just curious. So there's that. Pocket Bravery has finally been well and out, and I am not the most impressed with the game. Animations are nice. I don't care for animation being nice. Buttons don't really feel nice, which isn't really drawing me in. I do like the story mode. The game has a okay-ish story mode. No, I say okay-ish. I do think the story mode's right. The characters do feel like characters, so I do like that. Characters do feel like characters and whatnot. They make me cared about certain characters and their dilemma and story. But do I actually care to play the game? And not at the moment, not really. I still have issues with that input buffer. I still am not a fan of how the game handles its wake up and overall its defensive mechanics in general. It just doesn't feel satisfying, and It's not satisfying to play. That's basically it. I'm definitely not enjoying the game's mechanics side. As far as characters, I mean, I wanted to try Malika. Not really felt her. I'm messing with Kimberly, but even still not really feeling Kimberly either. So there's that. I at least give credit to the dev team who constantly been trying to update the game to fix its issues. But the fact that I had to do almost 9 updates after the game launch kinda make me go, were you guys even really ready to release this game? But then again, game development is hard, so I don't want to throw shade at the devs of Pocket Bravery for that. I mean, they're doing the best they can. I mean, at least they actually released their game, unlike Blazing Strike, who's doing whatever the fuck they are doing over there on their side. But that's Pocket Bravery. For the most part, not impressed, but I don't hate it either, so I can at least say that much. Mortal Kombat 1 exists. I know there's currently a beta that people have gotten their hands on. I haven't gotten a chance to try the beta because I don't own a PS5 or Xbox One. And even though I have a PC, my PC currently can't run Street Fighter 6 currently. And considering that Mortal Kombat 1 is looking to be even more intense than Street Fighter 6, I'm not having high prospects that my PC can run it. So unless I get me a new gen console, which I definitely don't really have in a pipeline anytime soon, I am probably not going to be on the MK1 bandwagon day one, unless I want to really mess with the supposed Switch port they're going to make for the MK1, which I am less than enthusiastic to try Switch port on this game. Granted, I was impressed with their Mortal Kombat 11 Switch ports and whatnot, but then again, I even admit I'm not that excited for MK1 either. If anything, maybe the story might be interesting because they're doing the characters, but gameplay wise, I'm not being drawn in. It's nice that Mortal Kombat is tapping into the assist mechanic, something that people wish was explored way back in Mortal Kombat 9, which has been definitely a while ago. But I do like how there's at least assists that have some utility, but it does seem the draw of the game is, here's this pressure you can do, here's this mix-up you can do. Hey, you touch your opponent, here's a 40% combo from only one bar to most of your opponents. So it's suffice to say the game's leaning on the aggressive side. Even though some people say NRS zoning is stifling, I seen that only a handful of occasions to really say, yeah, it's stifling, when it really does seem like the game really is still aggressive driven. A very, very aggressive driven. And MK1 is looking to be the same, and I am not enthusiastic. At most, I can say I at least have some characters who I'm intrigued to see how they play in the game. There is Raiden. There is also Baraka. There is also Shang Tsung. And then finally, Tanya. Those are at least the characters, if I even do dabble into MK1, I can at least say my journey may start there with one of them. Just on a offshoot note, I need that Samurai Showdown rollback to drop already, and this is coming from two places. One, I do enjoy Samurai Showdown as a game, but also this is more also from a point of contention with other games. Let's see, how should I even come about this? I am considering resigning my connoisseur license of fighting games. I am now at a state where I am no longer really interested and happy with the fighting games that have been coming out as of late. I've been basically pining from the games of old, and it just started dawn on me like, if I really don't like these new games, but I keep pining for the things of old, maybe I need to just go play those games instead of just constantly going to the new games. I mean, I know why I keep going to the new games, because that's where the new blood is. That's where, I mean, I'm not immune to the idea of hype and, ooh, new shiny thing. Even I can admit that I can get pulled in by something new and shiny. But it also doesn't take me long to also realize the new shininess, novelty wears off really quickly, and I guess maybe I also need to reveal the fact that I am the salty little bitch baby who gets upset when he loses at fighting games. And this isn't anything new per se, but I've definitely been coming to grips with me as a person who's been highly invested into this genre. I mean, I can say highly invested to the point of where I buy new fighting games, I look into every fighting games, I watch videos about these games. Do I interact with the FGC? No, but then again, my Discord servers are 70% different fighting games I dabble with. From 70 different, yeah, again, I dabble mostly indie fighting games. I actually have predominantly now been only really playing fighting games and only dip my toe into other genre of games, either when I'm even frustrated with the genre or I'm just not really engaged with anything with the genre. But why do I really want to, again, resign my connoisseur license? If I didn't say it before, I'm just not really fond of the games that has been coming out as of late. How we've been gone from some games being tight on the execution to complexity, to even games being more complexity but sometimes lean on the execution. But now I feel we're in a state of games where really it's just, we want to reward people who just want to dabble in these games, or not even just dabble in the game, just want to rush down aggressive gameplay. And I'm not really new to this per se. I've been saying for a while how I feel fighting games have been undermining defensive, methodical gameplay in their genre for a while. I feel I can somewhat say that. Now, am I a top level player? No. I can admit that I'm not a top level player. In very few games. Hell, I could probably even say I could even top level in the games I do feel I'm good at, like Natural Plus Blaster, Blade Stranger, Phantom Breaker. I feel I can say I'm not a top level player in these games. However, I'm not also immune to the concept of, I guess, losing, if you will. Let me recontextualize. I do lose a lot. I do lose a lot in fighting games. I get 30-0 pretty often. In fact, I got 30-0 just a few days ago in both Nitro Plus Blaster, Uniclear, and Grand Blue Fantasy Versus. But it's different from me losing in games in this current era, where at least I feel I got to a point of competency, compared to me losing back in 2005 when I was playing fighting games competitively in Kylera back in 2005, probably even earlier than that. I've been playing competitive fighting games for a fucking long time. Now, I listen to watch videos to psychologists, to the ideas of how to play, how to get better. I can admit, yes, obviously in 2006, I didn't know what the fuck a fuzzy was. I didn't know what shimmy was. I didn't understand frame data. But I definitely at least had an idea of some things work, some things don't work, and some things in that murky area of what the fuck does this even do, or how does it plays out. What I'm trying to say is I have played fighting games a fucking lot. I've actually stopped playing most other games just so I can play fighting games and try to get to some level of gameplay where I am, in a sense, happy with. And you know, to some extent, I felt I got there with a few games to some extent. I can admit, I still got frustrated. I still got disappointed that I wasn't winning. But I can at least say, you know what? I love Arcana Hearts. I can say, you know what? I love Melted Blood. You know what? I can say I love Phantom Breaker Extra. There's another fucking damn story. If I can say that about a few games I played, and not because I am winning, but rather because I see what these games are doing, and I feel what they do makes sense, and I feel like I could almost say that maybe about Samurai Showdown 2019. But you know, I'm digressing. Let me get to the heart of the matter. Sorry. I don't feel that way towards the current fighting game. I don't feel that way towards Grand Blue. When I did get 30-0, like basically got steam walk, molly walk, and one if my opponent's like bearing the waist is look at this. I am not mad at you, nor am I mad at your character. I am more so mad just at these games that are designed with the we just want to promote the aggressive gameplay, and it's frustrating. It's frustrating because it's like, well, I don't want to do that. I'm not a person who's really just about pressing, mashing, and pushing the offense. Now, if a game is designed like that, like Guilty Gear, fair enough. That's why I even stepped away from those games, stepped away from Oxford War fighting games, because I wasn't a fan of that design practice. And I'm also not against that. I mean, Samurai Showdown definitely also more or less punishes that type of play style, which is why I don't want every game to be like Samurai Showdown. That's why I'm glad we got the in-between games like Shin Kohime, Yatagarasu, and other games and whatnot. But there is, without a doubt, an abundance of just, we want to favor aggressive gameplay, and it is fucking infuriating to try to be in this type of atmosphere, because it feels like I even ask people, how do you play aggressive? How do you do that? And basically a lot of times they say it's just the roll or die. Just do something. Or even better yet, the worst thing is, okay, well, I'm on the defense. How do I deal with being on the defense? And the answer is, don't be there. Don't be there to begin with. Don't be blocking to begin with, and whatnot. And it is aggravating, and it's I've been here before with Last Blade, Breaker's Revenge, and a couple of other games, and I'm okay with how those games mostly do it and whatnot. But I'm not okay with how these current games doing it. And I even got more knowledge of that. More knowledge of how to play with it. I am now aware of the fuzzy. I am now aware of the option select. Sorry, I don't know how to use option select well, but I'm aware that these things exist. And yet, I feel like even me being aware that these exist does not apply, because either my inability to use it effectively, or these games just really throw the idea out there of RPS and just, hey, as long as the one who keeps attacking gets the momentum and wins. And I fucking hate it. It does not feel engaging to me to play in this manner. And I am going at this tirade, so let's wrap this up. That's why I am now reconsidering, do I want to even keep investing into this genre, because I feel we're constantly going to a direction that I just personally don't care for, and just want to, like, you know what, let me just play the games that don't put me in this state of mind, and then enjoy myself. I am now currently 30. I think I'm 35 years old. I've been around the block. I don't want to be behind the rhetoric that you have to be a top level player to know what the fuck you're talking about. That is what seems to be the case a lot of times when it comes to fighting games at sometimes. And even I have my even I sometimes suffer from imposter syndrome. I'm be like, well, do I really know better? I'm getting frustrated now. Is this just assault talking? But I've been talking to this assault since fucking 2005. And I'm not going to say I got a handle on this assault, but I can also say I know it when I see it. I know it when I see it. And when I saw it yesterday, I was like, do I want to do this anymore? Alright, this was Keobastein, your fighting game connoisseur who's now questioning himself. Have a good day.